While the South African men's cricket team has gone where it's never been before and the players are just hours away from the biggest match of their careers, the Proteas take on India in the final of the ICC T20 World Cup out in Bridgetown in Barbados at 4:30 this afternoon on SABC 2, their very first World Cup final in 18 attempts. SABC sports reporter Percy Nkatlo is at the Wanderers cricket ground where Proteas fans have all gathered for the match there. Percy, a very good afternoon to you. How is the excitement there as the fans, of course, prepare for the first ball to be bowled around exactly 4:30?
Good afternoon, Alicia, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. We're here at the Wanderers in Johannesburg, where Cricket South Africa has arranged for the fans to come through and watch the team. And like you mentioned, in an hour's time at 4:30, the first ball of the ICC T20 men's final will be bowled. The toss is scheduled to happen at 4 o'clock. We've been here from 2:30. It's around, and since we got here, people have been filing in. When we entered, the queue was long outside. As you can see, we are inside now, where people are still coming in their numbers. Fans are dressed in the colors of the gold of South Africa, gold and green. And they are here to support the team. The team will be playing their first ever final. Where we are is the venue for the final of the inaugural tournament that was held in 2007 of the 2020 T20 rather. Then it was called 2020. We know. Then India won it. The only title that they've won. India has been in 3 finals. South Africa are playing for the very first time in the finals. India will be hoping their third time lucky and they can beat the Proteas. But the fans who are here in their numbers, maybe Katleho can go to the fans so that the viewers at home can see there that the people are here in their numbers. As I say, some are still getting into the venue. The seats are there for the kids. You can see there's jumping castles. Most are dressed in the colors of South Africa, the Proteas kit. But I've been talking to some of the fans since we got here. The mood, the question is about the mood. The excitement is high. There's a buzz here. People are very excited. There's optimism. And while India are said to be favorites, having played in 2 finals before, the South Africans are positive that this team has done wonders for them to get to the final. And this being the final, anything can happen. And the boys have played well. It looks like there's no pressure. And then with India having some of the big names, it does not look like our boys who have competed with them internationally in the IPL. We've got somebody like Aiden Makram, who's the captain of the team. We know he captained the 2014-19 team to the title. We know our players like Rabada were in that team. So most of the players who are in our squad have got international experience and confidence, and they are not going to be scared by names like Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. But like I say, at 4 o'clock we expect the toss for the match to be made so that we know which team will decide whether to bat or bowl. But as I say, we are here. And now we are only setting the scene. We are hoping later on when we get back to us, we'll be able to talk to the fan and viewers can see at home the people who are here, and we get the sense of how they are feeling ahead of the final, Alicia.
Percy, I mean, quite a momentous occasion, the first final in about 18 attempts. I mean, what is at stake for South Africa or the Proteas in this instance?
I think when we had the team for a change, they want to go all the way. Earlier we had some of the players like Marco Jansen. We know in the past the team has not reached the final. They've lost in the knockout stages and lost in some tournaments, been knocked out of the semi-final. Now Marco Jansen, when they interviewed him sometime during the week, he said that they want to change the narrative of the team being chokers. Is something that I also don't want to mention as a cricket fan myself, because we also have to be positive. And then what I think is at stake for that team, we saw last year, towards the end of the year, around November, our rugby team has been doing the country very proud. They won their record 4th Rugby World Cup title. And earlier in the year, we saw Bafana also. They made the country proud. After so many years, they reached the semi-final of the tournament and finished 3rd in that tournament, bringing home the bronze. So cricket we are one of the big cricket playing nations in the world. I mean, if you count the 4 of the top cricket playing nations in the world, you'll have India, you'll have England, you'll have Australia. But South Africa, we rank there among the top cricket playing nations. Nations. Unfortunately, we haven't reached the final. So it's something very big for all these players. And like I mentioned, some of them, they've played at the under-19 level in the final and they've won it. So it would mean a lot for them to also say, as a big playing cricket nation, we've got something to show. I mean, we've got England, who've won this tournament twice, like the West Indies. India have won it once, like I mentioned, in 2007 when the final of the inaugural tournament was played here at the Wanderers. So as a top playing nation, we've got nothing to show for it. We've got some of our players playing in the top leagues. And for years, we've had some of the best cricket players. We've got the likes of Jack Gullis, Herschel, Gibbs, Rabada as well, and Eddie Makram. When you look at the world bowling and batting rankings, they're up there with the best. But as a national team, we don't have anything to show. So at stake is something very big, and it's something that the country has been looking for. And now that we are this close, I hope the boys will have the energy and the fight in them and the spirit to actually go over the land, Alicia. So it's something very, very big for the nation, and it happened coincidentally just after the national elections, where a new government has been put into place, where people's hopes have been raised. So we are hoping this will also we'll get a positive result. The team will win, so that at least we can get something positive for the country, and the cricket team can also show, like the football team and the rugby teams have made country proud, that they also can do it. Alicia.
Absolutely, Percy. Bragging rights as well as national pride is exactly what is at stake, of course, as that final kicks off in about less than an hour. And you can catch the live match there on SABC 2. Of course, I think they've actually started with the pre-match, of course, deliberations. That was SABC News, SABC Sports reporter there, Percy Nkatlo, who was joining us at the Fan Park at Wanderers Stadium.